What's up, Knife Tube? It's Diamond Cut Steel, and you're going to learn something today. Here we have an assortment of knives that run from about $30 to about $60. And I'm going to give you a rundown of each one of them, and I'm going to give you my top three that are easily accessible. You go right to Amazon and buy them, no problem. 1-2 day shipping for a great price, and have a absolutely fantastic EDC and a work knife for little money. Okay, so we're going to start from left to right, and we're going to go with the QSP Parrot. This is in blue jean micarta and D2 with an awesome little spear point blade, nice cutting geometry, and very neutral ergonomics, very comfortable in hand. Awesome washer action. I do believe the new ones are on bearings. I wish they wasn't. In my opinion, the washer action is the one to get if you can. But this is an awesome little knife for about 27 bucks. Really hard to beat. The QSP Parrot. Next we have the good old Civivi Elemental in micarta that I dyed red, and this is a ferric chloride etch D2 blade with a nice hollow grind. I still believe that the Elemental is a pretty decent knife, even though it's been around for a long time, and yeah, it's still a good performer. There's nothing wrong with this. They're around 50 bucks. You can even pick them up at Walmart. There's nothing special about it. It's just a good knife. You got that nice super slicey hollow grind, pretty decently done D2. It's just a well-built knife. Nothing really to say about it. Just a well-built knife. They run around 50 bucks. Then you have the CJRB Krag, C-R-A-G, Krag. This is in fake carbon fiber over G10. It's a liner lock, AR RPM9 blade steel, flipper deployment. You got this nice choil. You got a tall flat grind, or tall saber, whatever you want to call it. Comes down reasonably thin behind the edge, so you got nice slicing geometry. This right here makes an excellent work knife. That's also a great utility cutter. That geometry is what shines. Comes down nice and thin. Comfortable in hand, no matter how you hold it. You can also get up on it, but that finger choil is not really you got to be careful. You got to be careful how you get up on it. But this is a classic knife. They've sold millions of, or not millions, but they've sold tons of them for a reason. They're just an all-around good knife. Pick these up for, if you catch them on sale, about 35 bucks, 40 bucks on Amazon. Next would be the CJRB Mylea. G10, AR RPM9. This one I just carry straight in the pocket, no pocket clip. It is got left hand or right hand pocket clip. Just an awesome little utility cutter. A very non-offensive knife. If you work in an office, this probably ain't going to raise any red flags. Break down a lot of cardboard. This is an awesome little slicer. Really good serviceable blade shape. Really good for utility cuts. Just an awesome little knife. You pick these up for about 40 bucks if you look around. One of the all-time classic budget knives, and something that a lot of people consider the best value in budget knives that you can get. And that would be the Rake P801. Stainless frame lock, 14C 28M blade steel. Built like a tank. This is a great knife. Nice solid lockup. You ain't gonna have to worry about, you know, that lock failing as long as you're using it within reason. Nice snappy detent. A very useful blade shape. You got a nice belly, you got a nice flat section, you got a nice fine tip. Just an all-around awesome work knife. I don't know why my camera is not focusing. I'm sorry. But it's built like a tank. It's pretty comfortable in hand. It is a little slick, I will say that. So you gotta, you know, that's something to keep in mind. Now, is it dangerous? No, but you know, it is smooth stainless steel, so you got to keep that in mind. But you got that beautiful blade. It's got nice geometry with that tall flat. Comes down nice and thin behind the edge. This one's been sharpened quite a bit, and it's still pretty thin. And believe it or not, the 14C is pretty well done. SRM is doing a good job on 14C. Awesome knife. Nice and thin, carries very nicely in pocket. Got a deep carry. Just an all around. There's a reason that a lot of people consider that the best $30 budget knife you can buy. You can pick these up for $30 on Amazon. Here's another Civivi classic, and that would be the Civivi Paraxis. Nice tall flat. Comes down nice and thin behind the edge. A beautiful, beautiful blade. Just, it does everything well. Super comfortable in hand. Built very well. No matter how you hold it, it's comfortable. Of course, it's got a great action. It's a Civivi. If you get the one with the Stonemarsh blade, you can actually reverse flick it. But yet the detent's not soft or anything. You can just get enough purchase on that Stonemarsh. There's enough friction that you can reverse flick it. Probably slow roll it too. Yeah, you can. Anyways, the Civivi Paraxis it's a classic budget knife for a reason. It's just a good work knife. For 40 bucks, 45 bucks, you can pick these up for. They're a 9CR. It's done pretty decently. You got nice thin geometry and a very, very serviceable blade shape. It's just good at a many different tasks. Well done liner lock. Again, comfortable in hand and ready for work. You got nice thin blade stock, so it's going to pass through material very easily. And Civivi's deep carry clip. Pick these up in a bunch of different scale materials. This is that cabochon wood or whatever they call it. For a work knife, I'd probably go with the G10 ones, but I like the way the wood one look, and I have one of the G10 ones anyways. Moving on down, we have the Kershaw Iridium reverse tanto. Now the regular blade shape, awesome as well, but if you're going to get one as a work knife, I highly suggest that you get the reverse tanto. This is the one you want. This is a fantastic knife. Kershaw knocked it out of the park on this design. The quality is great. They did a good job on the crossbar lock action. Nice and smooth, locks up tight, no blade play, no up and down play. Comfortable in hand. You've got a semi-deep carry pocket clip. Good action. You can choke up on that blade. You have a very serviceable and useful blade shape that just does good at a great many tasks. This blade's in D2. The D2's decently done. You have aluminum scales. This got some texturing on them, but they can be a little slick depending, you know, there's not a lot of texture, but you know, it ain't going nowhere as long as you're watching what you're doing. the reverse Tanto Iridium is a absolute banger. And another banger from Civivi, the Altus. You got a nice button lock action that's well done. Civivi's got their plunge locks dialed in pretty good. You don't got to worry about this thing failing. I mean, keep it within reason. You know, button locks aren't the strongest locks, but if you're using it like you got some sense, you're not going to have no problem with the blade, you know, with the lock. It's a very fidgety knife if you're into that kind of thing. It's a very practical knife. You can get right up on that edge, really do some work. You've got a beautiful blade shape that is just meant for work. You got nice thin stock, comes down nice and thin behind the edge. You can get these in many different scale materials. Again, cabochon wood here because I think it looks cool. Very comfortable in hand. And ready for work. This knife is just well done. Civivi really knocked it out the park on this thing. This design is awesome. So, out of these right here, we got what? 8 knives. 3, 6, 8. Yeah, we got 8 knives on the table, all ranging between $30 or $27 and $60. I'm going to pick out my top 3 that I have no doubt if anybody buys, they're going to have a good knife that's a great work knife, a great value, performs good, carries nicely, is comfortable in hand. Everything you could want in a budget knife. I'm going to pick out my top 3 and that are the most bang for your buck. And I've got one wild card that I'm going to throw in here at the end. For number 3, I'm going to go QSP Parrot. Just because for $27, this is a banger of a knife. You got good geometry, nice smooth action, carries comfortably, cuts nicely. You got that nice spear point blade shape, comes down pretty thin behind the edge, slices nice. You got usable jimping up here, and a butter smooth washer action. QSP Parrot for $27, really hard to beat. Number 2. This is kind of a tough one. This is kind of a tough one because, yeah, I got to go Praxis. The Praxis is just a great work knife. There's nothing else you can say about it. It's just a great work knife. It's a nice slicer, a really nice do-it-all blade shape, comfortable in hand, comfortable in pretty much any position you're holding it. A well done liner lock action, well done flipper. The detent's very dialed in for the flipper. You can open it reverse flick. You can slow roll it with your thumb. And it's just made for slicing. What else can you ask for 45 bucks? Number 2. And dollar for dollar, the biggest value on the table. I'm pretty sure y'all know what it is. It is the Iridium. This knife right here, dollar for dollar, beats out anything on this table for sure. It's built well, it's stout, it's going to take what you throw at it. The crossbar lock action is well done. It's comfortable in hand, it's comfortable in pocket. It looks nice, the action's good, it's smooth. You have this fantastic blade shape. This nice light belly. Lets you get up on the tip very easily for utility cuts. It push cuts nicely because of the thin geometry. The D2 is pretty well done. It comes down nice and thin behind the edge. It sharpens nicely. It reverse flicks nicely. It thumb flicks nicely. Slow rolls nicely. And it carries in pocket really well. And it's not super deep carry. I'm not too much a fan of deep carry, but you know, at least I've got a little bit sticking above the pocket. But if you like deep carry, you don't got much, so you'll be good. If you're into lanyards, you got a nice lanyard loop back here. But this knife right here is just a banger. That's all there is to it. For 60 bucks, if you even look around, you can catch them for low 50s. I mean, come on, man. You can't ask for more knife than that for $60. And when you catch them on Amazon at like 51, 52, that dollar for dollar, you can't touch it. So this is far and away out of these 8 the number 1. And the wild card is going to be what I personally consider the best sub $30 knife you can put your hands on. And that would be the Bird Cara 2 in 8CR and bi-directional textured FRN. They're built very well. Either blade shape, this blade shape, the Wharncliffe blade shape, or the regular blade shape, doesn't matter. You got nice thin stock, comes down nice and thin behind the edge. You have a super useful blade shape that you can get really up on that tip for utility cuts super easily. You have a well done midlock, drop shut, so it's easily one hand open and closable. You can spidey flick it easy. Rock solid, zero blade play, vault like lockup. You got Spyderco's spoon clip. It might not be the prettiest clip, but it does carry nicely. Ergonomics on this knife is fantastic. Get up on that choil, it's great. If you're not on the choil, it's great. It's comfortable in hand. It's not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere with that bi-directional texturing. It is locked in your hand like crazy. And you can pick these up because they discontinued them. You can pick them up for like 25, 26 bucks. And I'm going to say this, and I mean it. This knife right here at $27, $26, $27 competes with any knife on this table. No doubt about it. As far as performance, this knife right here will give any knife on this table a good run for its money. And yes, it's only 8CR, but you have awesome geometry. You have awesome geometry, and that geometry makes up for where the steel lets off. This is a great knife. One of the best work knives you can buy. For realistically, at 60 and under, this is one of the best work knives you can buy for sure. The Harrier 2 is also great. The Meadowlark, also great. But the Harrier 2, I mean the Cara 2 is the one that in my opinion is the one you want. You got all that blade. You got a lot of cutting surface here. And it's just a great knife. Well built, well done, carries nicely, cuts amazingly. Cara 2 is a banger. So anyways, that's my choices out of these right here. They're all easily bought. You won't have a problem finding them in stock. And you know, 60 and under, you can pick up any of these. I showed you my top 3 and my wild card. Any one of these will make a fabulous knife for you. Just depends on what you like, you know, what you like as far as blade shape, hollow grind, flat grind, you know, etc., handle material, so on and so forth. Like I said, any of these will make you an awesome knife, but these three or that car 2 will make you a ridiculous knife for your money. Alright guys, thank you all for spending 20 minutes with me. I appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe, drop me a comment. I love talking to you guys. I'll put some links in the description to where you can find these at and the best deals on Amazon for them. And you know, if you want to click and buy one through my link, you know, I'll get a few cents on it. I'll appreciate it. Don't cost you nothing. If you don't, no problem. I don't care. But like, share, and subscribe. All right, guys. You all have a good night.